What is up, everybody? Another wonderful Monday night of Chewin the BBQ Fat. So good to be back doing this every week. So glad that the barbecue is going hot and heavy right now. It's pretty awesome. Love it. Hope you all had a great week. I got to cook some barbecue this weekend, but it was a completely different thing for me. I cooked barbecue for the FFA at school. We had to cook 100 butts to give away. It was a lot of fun. But man, different. That's a whole different world of cooking for the masses, cooking for people. I actually got to cook a couple racks of ribs and some butts to show off. It was a lot of fun. But I'm telling you right now, it was a heck of a weekend in barbecue. You had the Royal Oak Invitational going on this weekend. Brian Corbett with Smoking Scully's wins that bad boy. And then you had the New Jersey double going on this weekend. What a lot of fun that was. Looks like Jordan Janky Leg got him a win this weekend, which puts him back up top. He went from 3-1. Great times. Going to be a lot of fun watching all this. But anyway, hope you all had a great week. Hope you got to cook something. Hope you're getting ready to cook again this weekend. If you're going to BBQ, it's going to be a lot of fun. Any minute now, Adam will be coming on. Waiting for him to get it to come on so we can get him, a co-host, to come on the show. Let me see if I can't text him again. But it's all good. It's going to be a lot of fun tonight. We got a great show tonight. A lot of you have asked for us to have our guest come on tonight, and I am proud to say he's a friend of ours. He's another. What's going on, little gringo? He's another barbecue store guy, which we are very close with. We're buddies with him and we're tight. But man, I'm telling you what, the guy, he's a great cook. He does it all. But before I get into bringing my man Chris on, we're going to. I just want to see how everybody's doing. I know North Carolina is still going through it right now. I feel like Georgia's finally getting a little bit under control. Florida had their situation going on. Just terrible things happening throughout the Southeast. We've only got a couple more weeks of our TV commercials that are driving us all crazy. If you don't know who you're voting for by now, good luck. But I'm going to go ahead and bring on my co-host. There he is. Adam, how you doing?
Oh, good. My computer wouldn't load the dang thing, so I'm here. It's on my phone.
I'm telling you, I was trying to bring on a new computer. I had another computer at the house. Ellen wanted to use this one. I was trying to use that. We couldn't figure out the cameras. Whatever. It is what it is. Glad to see you on, bud. What's been going on, man?
Shoot, just working. It's working. Then the internet went down, so now I'm on my phone, so it's all good.
The struggles of Chewin the BBQ Fat are real.
Yep.
I tell you what. Little Gringo has a great question to ask. Who hasn't signed up for the ABS Classic yet? If you haven't signed up for that Classic yet, you got a couple more weeks. It's coming on. Man, I can hear it. How are you watching it? Are you watching on the phone and your computer?
Who, me?
Yeah, I hear me in the background.
No, it's just my phone.
Okay. All right, sounds good.
Give me the log back on.
Sure, go for it. What's up, Nick? How you doing? But while we're doing that, enough of all that. I hope you're coming to the contest. The Classic, we're shaping up to be a pretty good Classic. We need about another 10, 15 teams. Right now, I think we're sitting at 53 pro teams and 32 backyard teams. So not too bad. I always want to have more. Of the goals to get to 100, 95 to 100 teams. I'm thinking we can do that, but I just need y'all to sign up. It's going to be awesome. There my man Chad Stewart is. If you're not following Chad Stewart, that cat went out somewhere out west and shot just a monster something. It was crazy. It was awesome. If you haven't seen him, follow him on Facebook. You'll see it. Of course you're going to be there, Sailor Nick. Let's see. Let's give this a new chance. How are we doing now?
Better, I hope.
Oh, yeah. Now we're good. Now we're rolling. All right, Adam. You ready to bring on the main man?
Yep.
All right, I'm going to let you introduce him. I'm going to let you talk to him since you're just coming on the show. That's the way we roll here on Chewin the BBQ Fat. Chris Webb, my man.
What's up, guys? How we doing?
Doing good. You?
Man, I got one question, all right? So, Adam, first of all, congratulations on winning BBQ. But I would have thought with $15,000, you could have bought a new laptop, man. Come on.
I know. I got a new camera, but I can't figure it out neither. So it is.
I'm telling you. Well, you figured it out that day, man. It was fun to watch it, and congratulations, man. I know you wanted that one. That was cool to see.
Yeah, that's a good one to win. Cool trophies to go with it.
Yes, sir. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yep.
Hey, ask him, Chris, ask him what his number one goal was going into BBQ.
And don't give me the cliche to not finish. Just get it all turned in, right?
Oh, no.
Chicken. First place chicken.
Okay.
Yep.
And you got that, right?
Yeah, got that.
Yes,
My
sir.
wife, actually.
All right.
I know when I
like
say him, Bad Rooster, right? Like Bad Rooster, we all know that Bad Rooster is him and his wife. Heck of a team. Incredible people.
Yeah.
Wes Garrett is Chris. We have a famous guy on tonight. Wes Garrett is here.
Wes Garrett is on, man.
I mean, I tell you what, anytime we do have a legend on, but you are a legend in yourself, Wes.
He is.
So what has been going on, Chris? What's going on in your world? You're a amazing barbecue cook. You're an incredible barbecue store guy. What's going on?
Man, everything's going on, right? Good, bad, and different. I think it's been a whirlwind of stuff. The last, I'd say, probably 60 days. We've been busy, man. We've been in the trenches grinding it out. Things are doing well right now. Been cooking a little bit. Hadn't cooked that much. I was fortunate enough to be at the Jack Daniels Invitational last weekend or 2 weekends ago. That was freaking awesome. It's always a good time down in the holler. Been tracking, dude. I'm a huge college football fan, SEC all day. So I'm loving the college football right now. What I'm also liking is now that we're getting really, really close and tight down in the KCBS trenches, looking at Team of the Year, leading up to the American Royal. These guys are making it super interesting, man. Not being in the Team of the Year chase like probably most of us on this. It just feels good, man, to sit back and kind of take it all in and watch folks roll with the punches and the strategy and everything that's going with it. And I think BBQ this weekend is definitely is where they're gonna crown the 2024 champion.
Right. All right. So we've already discussed this. We discussed this a little bit before the show. Janky Leg, hopefully he gets called up here in a second. Janky Leg has won. We were talking about it. We think they've won like 3 out of 4 days that they've been going on. Adam, what do you think? What do you see going on with BBQ? You got to say Jordan's the favorite right now, right?
Yep.
Because Chris, as you said, right, he's won 3 out of 4 days at BBQ. Is that correct?
I believe so. I didn't look, but I remember the first or the first year, the second they did it, and him and Brad were in a points chase, and he ended up locking down there. The dude contest. He did the Jack Daniels Invitational to RGC that, and then top.
Yeah, hopefully he'll get caught up. But Adam, what do you think? What the heck, dude? It's crazy.
It's crazy. He was in third, and now he's in first, and he's like 7 points ahead right now.
I think 7 or 8 points.
Yeah.
But the crazy thing is, Rooters and Tutors, they're a win away from being right above them. Yep. Chunky, if they win another one, they have an opportunity to get back.
We'll fill up to that.
Say that again.
Whoever wins this weekend,
yes, sir.
Be the deciding factor.
All right, so who all is going to be there? All right, so I know those 3 are going to be there. Is Urkel going to be there? Is Childs going to be there? Who's the dark horse, the long shot?
Yeah, I think, man, it's tough to say, man. In my opinion, it's going to be one of those two. It's going to be Rooters, Chunky, or Jordan. But we know that Childs is a hell of a cook. I haven't talked to him this week. I don't know if he's going. I would assume he is. knowing that that's leading right into the American Royal. He's got some flexibility there, but I mean, he can get on a heater just like anybody else, like he did in Mappa earlier a month or so ago. I mean, dude's on fire, I mean, but if I'm going with historical data and someone who's played the game in recent years, I would say Jordan. But then again, Reuters, right? I mean, they've been doing this longer than any of us. And then Chunky, right? What a great cook. I mean, he's cooked, I think, 34 contests, has 7 GCs, 4 RGCs. I mean, that's a great average. You look at Jordan, I think he's at 26 contests. And I mean, the guys, he's just winning. I think he has 6 or 7 GCs to 1 RGC. So, I mean, he just has a hot hand right now, but it'll be fun to watch. It's almost like if you're looking at Georgia versus Texas, right? I mean, everybody was kind of going back and forth on that. I mean, really, I knew that Georgia was going to win. I think they've been there before, right? It's like the old Nick Saban years. I mean, these guys are trained. Kirby Smart has them programmed, and I think it's who's been relevant in the most recent years is where we're really going to see people show up and put their best foot forward.
It's going to be crazy. I can't. I mean, we have who we want to win. We like everybody out there. We're pulling for teams. We're having a good time. Little Gringo, I think he would know this. He says no Urkel or Childs at Bowie. So now it really is going to be down to pick 3. And who knows?
Are they going to Virginia, I wonder?
There's a contest in Virginia?
Yeah.
Galax, no? There used to be.
Right there.
Okay.
But they didn't have like 7 or 8 teams the last time I heard.
Right. Yeah. No, I did. You're right, because I went there last year because I was running for BBQ. I said I ain't going to that Hornet's Nest. But I mean, you know what's probably going to happen? I mean, you're going to have one of these up and comers, out of like Oklahoma. I'll just use a guy for an example, and I don't know who this kid is. I don't know who he is. Never met him, but I see his name pop up. That guy, Money Stove or something like that. I looked at him. I said, "Good Lord, man, this kid came out of left field, right?" And I mean, he's putting up some good stuff. And then what happens, right? It just go into a stalemate at that point because everybody's dropping 1s and 2s just to get 1 point. So it should be interesting for sure.
It's gonna be fun to watch. Adam, what you got, bud? Where is Levi in this? Well, Levi's got a long way to go.
Levi, he's sitting at 5th. You can't count him out. I think, in my opinion, he's more or less, and I'm not going to speak for him. I mean, if you're traveling like he is, or if you went from the beginning to the end, I mean, the ultimate goal, right, is to win Team of the Year. But I think going into this weekend, right, I think his goal is to lock down Brisket Team of the Year. He's been sitting at first about the last 12 weeks. He didn't get a brisket call, I think, or he had a low brisket call last weekend. And then Jordan finished second in brisket. So he ended up jumping Levi by, I think, 8 points. Not that I study this shit, but 8 points or so. I mean, I think that's really where Levi's focusing his attention is something that's right in front of him.
Yeah. So John Wade said there's Zombie Q at the Devil's Backbone Brewery. So you got that one going on. Looks like Man Meat Slaps, Colorado Bulldog, Faded, Smoking Hogs, Good Googly Goo will all be at the other place. And Urkel and Childs will probably both end up at Zombie Q. So, dude, this is awesome, man. I'm telling you, this is fun to watch. It's going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait. Man, I love this. Is one of my this is what the whole thing has come to the end of, right? And then, of course, KCBS has changed it up to where they're going to allow the Royal into this year's points chase. So they moved it back to that last weekend, now being the Royal weekend, which is another double. And I do believe they have the Invitational as part of the points chase this year. So you got, I guess there's 4 more opportunities, right?
Sure. Yeah. I would agree. And I mean, the good news is, I mean, we'll go back just to touch a little bit on kind of the Zombie Q. I think whenever you're looking at really chasing, people who understand how to chase points, right? I can talk about it better than I can actually do it. But whenever I do get there, I'll be in the mix. But I think now you're looking at max point contests, right? I mean, we all know that. But whenever these guys are going out there picking off, contests with 12, 15 teams in it early in the year, right, to maybe get to that 7, to really catch up some points early. I mean, I don't think anybody's really thinking about it in January about max points, but I can guarantee you there's a couple folks that probably were thinking like, man, if I just would have went over here, instead of going over there. But obviously then the propensity to win probably goes down a few points. But, I mean, this is what it's all about. I mean, Adam mentioned Zombie Q last week having 10. I cooked that double last year with Childs and Urkel, and I think, honestly, maybe they had a single meat rib burn. I think we might have had 17 teams, But, yeah, I mean, I think it'll be interesting for sure.
Yeah.
I think with Zombie Q or whatever, they're going to have a one-meat chicken and ribs both days.
Are you just going to Adam to cook chicken or what, man?
No. No, I don't got time this weekend.
All right. Well,
there was a discussion there. There was a discussion. There was a discussion. I will say that. We talked about it, did we not, Adam?
We did. We decided not to. We're going to just have fun, and we're done for the year, and we're going to cook at the Royal. So
it's going to be awesome.
And then, let me ask you guys this. I mean, what are your thoughts in the crowd, too? I mean, knowing that your odds to win a day 1 or day 2 BBQ is greater than winning a day 1 or day 2 invitational versus open. I mean, this late in the year, I mean, how much meat can these guys really be sitting on? I mean, I know that Janky's probably, I've seen the Cordy Meats plug, I think he's sitting on till fiscal year 26 on brisket. But I mean, does that come into a factor? I mean, what are your thoughts?
I think you got to have good meat to win. I mean, I think that's got a lot to do with it. You got to cook it right, but you got to have a good piece to start with.
So what are you saving it for? I guess the question, Chris, you're asking, are you saving it for a BBQ, or are you going to bring your best to the Royal? What would you do?
BBQ.
I would bring it to the Royal, but I'm not in that position. I mean, but you can't tell me that these guys, the top 10 hasn't shifted much, honestly, the entire year. I mean, for the last 6 weeks, I mean, the folks that are there have been there, So you can't tell me that they weren't, having a little stockpile because, we all do it, right? I mean, label your meat, and kind of grade it. I do an A++, scale or whatever, and the least I'll take is a A-. But I mean, they have to be stockpiling this stuff if I'm them going into the last couple weeks, right?
Dude, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be. Speaking of that, the Royal and bringing meat. There's a great store right there in Kansas City that has meat that you can go pick up. You can pre-order. You can get the rubs. If you need to go buy a grill, you can go buy a grill and have it out there at this place. I mean, Proud Souls in Kansas City is going to be out there. Chris, what can you tell us about what you got going on for the Royal? Because I know for me personally, y'all are all screwed because Chris has handpicked me some good meat. Me and Adam here, we're cooking together.
Yes. So, man, guys, stop by Proud Souls KC, man. It'd mean the world to me. And do yourself a favor, dude. I've been seeing these invoices of meat, man, and then I'm like, and so I put Richard Fergola in charge of that, and he's a little loose, right? So today we went over our pre-order numbers, just like Brian said. So we went line by line. He was counting on his fingers and everything like that. It was pretty funny. But dude, we've got a ton of meat, guys. You can pre-order it just like Brian said. You can go to ProudSoulsBBQ.com, go to shop online. You'll see American Royal pre-order there. We got CT Primes. We got CT Natties. We got 4327 All Naturals. We got the Prairie Primes. We got 22128, which is what Brian likes, being a West Creek guy. All that's going to mean, guys, it's going to mean a larger butt. You're going to get definitely a full half-inch back cap on that. So if you're still out there chasing bacon, Paul Buob did make a great point. He has the largest brisket probably in the state of Missouri right now. So we appreciate that. But, yeah, you can shop everything online. You can also send me a note to a spec that you like, dude. I'll do my damnedest to make sure it's what you want. Good news is you can pre-order it now. It'll be ready for pickup anytime the week of the American Royal. So don't worry about that. You might see on the website it says Wednesday is the cutoff for pickup of the week of the Royal. It's not, but I know how we are, guys. I don't want to be last minute and everybody coming in at one time. I'm trying to free up some refrigeration space. But good news is, too, if you've been to our store, man, it's massive. It's about 5,000 square foot. You can get whatever you want. Yes, Wes Garrett, CT Primes. I think we have, honestly, I'm not exaggerating. I think we have something like 160 CT Primes. But
all right, hold on a second. Hold on a second.
Whoa.
For just an idiot like me, what exactly is a CT Prime? If people need them, let's go ahead and let's go ahead and work it out for everybody, Chris.
All right, so I still cook full butts because I'm this many years old. All right, but for the CTs, right, all that essentially is a money muscle. It still has some bacon on the bottom, and it's got a couple tubes. Okay, so you can literally roll in there. You don't have to do a lot of trimming, man, especially with all these guys just running money. But you can still get some tubes and some pull. But obviously, the prime grade that everybody is really hunting now, they're beautiful. Case of 6. So yeah, we'd be happy to help. I will say I am cutting off all online orders, pre-orders. That is tomorrow night at midnight. We'll still have some back stock and stuff like that. I just want to make sure for the people that did do their due diligence and did shop early. I think we have 73 team pre-orders. We want to fulfill those, but we still will have some back stock inventory if you did show up last minute. But shoot me a message if it's past that date. I'm more than happy to help anybody who needs it. We're cooks first, and we're here to support you guys. On a side note, there's also a liquor store, which is, anybody ever been to like a Total Wine, like one of those high-end kind of big liquor stores? There's one of those, not that brand, but same thing, right next to us. So go in there, get your meat, get your seasoning, get your cutting boards, disposable stuff, and then go over there, get all your liquor, man. Let's make it a one-stop shop and really support it.
Yeah, that's what we're. I've always, Chris, we're buddies, right? We're friends.
Yes,
we Atlanta Barbecue Store, Proud Souls, whatever. We know y'all are all loyal. And I'm just saying, times like this, go ahead and help out Chris. He's a good dude. He's a friend of ours, friend of Atlanta Barbecue Store, whoever. We're friends with a lot of people out there, but Chris is going to do it. He's done a good job. He helped us last year. So that's going to be awesome. Are y'all doing anything? Last year, y'all went way awesome at the Royal, and I don't know, are y'all going to do anything like that again this year?
I don't think we are. I mean, we talked about it with it being kind of Halloween weekend. We kind of felt that there's going to be enough stuff going on. I think it's going to be a shit show. It looks like right now the weather's going to cooperate with everybody. But yeah, so it should be good. We'll have a big spot. We still have that same awning or the warehouse deal. I am bringing a pallet of every year. If you guys remember last year, we brew our own beer. So I'm bringing a pallet of that just to hand out to everybody, man. Come by, it's free, grab a 6-pack. This is going to be, it's called Sunny Day IPA. It's a session. We brewed it out here in Colorado to, not taking anything away from Atlanta, but we got the beer, man. You know what I'm saying? We got the craft beer. I can't do IPA. Definitely check it out.
Can't wait to try it. Yeah, and if you're, we're going to do our little thing at we don't have it. We don't have the whole thing like they do, but we got a little area over there near Snake Rivers and Blues Hog. So we're going to do Thursday night before the Royal. We're going to have our little Halloween party costume stuff going on. Adam's got a big costume. He's ready to go. It's going to be a lot of fun. So come out, see us. Trick or treating. I know Snake River Farms talked about doing a trick or treating thing for the kids. If you're out there, get some candy for those that do have kids out there. Just like we're bringing our kids. Sarah is not coming, but bring candy for the kids because there's going to be a ton of kids out there. It's going to be a lot of fun. All right, Chris. Enough of that. What else is going on with Proud Souls? What else y'all got going on?
Oh man, we really started figuring out, we do a lot of classes, right? So we do backyard classes. I mean, we finalized the Q1 schedule. I mean, guys, come out during the winter, dude. If you haven't been to Colorado, specifically in the winter, dude, it is killer, man. Great reason to go ahead and get out, get those skis going, come hop around, hit some breweries, hit a dispensary if you're into that. But we got a ton of great classes. We're doing like a Mardi Gras themed class. neck of sausage everywhere, big Gulf shrimp. We're going to do etouffees. We're going to do all kind of stuff. Also, we'll be doing, you guys know I do an annual competition class. I haven't fully announced it, but we might as well say it here. February 15th and 16th, it'll be myself, Brad Leininger, Chris Schaefer, and Kurt Wallace. That'll be held over at my store in Littleton, Colorado. It's actually a cool building that I don't own. Right behind us is a whiskey distillery. So I rent that venue out a lot for private events. So we'll have it over there. We'll be slinging bourbon all day long. Bloody Marys in the morning. But yeah, come hang out with us for more to follow on that. It's not up yet on our website, but that is happening February 15th and 16th. I had to jump around Jordan's 8 classes to try to figure in where us lower tier cooks could, make $1, but it'll be a good time.
I mean, I got two Hall of Famers coming to ours, and we're trying to navigate through all this.
I know, dude. It's difficult. And then we'll get started back. With our competition barbecue season, which we really start. Colorado didn't kick off till May, but guys, come out, man, hanging out in Arizona. What a great place to get away to. Stop by with us. We're going to go. We'll also be at the Las Vegas contest, which I know a lot of you guys will. But yeah, we'll be there. Take some vacation in the snowy months and get right back after it, doing what Proud Souls does come Q2.
It's crazy. Yeah, by the way, happy birthday, Aaron Stouffer. He's always on it. He's our resident. He knows it all. The guy's incredible.
He does know it all.
He stays into it, and he's all about it. So I've asked way too many questions, Chris. It's now I gotta throw this to my co-host Adam here. I think he was about to fall asleep right there, so we got to bring him back into the show. Adam, you're up, my man.
I got a question for Adam. What's up with that chicken recipe, man?
That's on the download. You have to come to the classic class to get that.
Yeah. Adam is teaching a chicken class. Adam at our class, at the ABS Classic class, Adam is teaching he's teaching chicken.
I did see that. All right.
Well, hold on a second.
Tanya
is teaching chicken, which is what everybody wants to hear.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree.
It's been working. I just say that it's been working all season.
Somebody asked if it was legs or thighs. I'm gonna go ahead and throw a little whatever nugget out there. It's thighs plus. So, tell you what, if you haven't had their chicken, it's freaking ridiculous. But good stuff. Have you had their chicken, Chris?
I haven't. What have I had? I don't think I did. No. He stays just far enough, man. The closest I've ever been to him was in North Carolina.
Yep. Where was it at?
Kannapolis.
Yep.
Leg quarters. Yes.
Yeah. Leg quarters.
Oh, love it. Yeah. So y'all need to come out and sign up for the class. It's going to be good. If you don't want to make our class and you want to go out to Colorado, you can go to that second-rate class out there at Proud Souls. And,
that's right, man.
No, the difference is, here's the difference. Chris is going to be teaching a category at his class. I'm going to be teaching a category at my class. That Chris is selling himself right there instead of
we're splitting hairs, brother.
Awesome. But no, I can't. I love it. I love seeing what y'all are doing. Proud Souls is a great store. Y'all got locations in 2 locations in Colorado, right?
Yeah. They're about 8 miles apart from each other. And when we branched out from 2017 with the original location to 2020, man, I mean, we were like, we're gonna lose some customers at one, right, or the other. But I mean, I don't know how most metropolitan cities. I mean, I live in the south side of Denver, dude. I don't go up north. You know what I mean? It's almost like that imaginary line. But both stores are just, I mean, they bang it out, dude. It's pretty impressive to see. But I mean, a lot of folks too also have mountain homes, so we do a shit ton of outdoor kitchens and stuff like that. So it's nothing for us to do one in Breckenridge and then one in downtown, Denver, Colorado. We did one probably 6 months ago. And we had to pull a permit, and we went down on this penthouse of this like 13-story high rise. We had to pull
Hmm.
and put it up. So it's cool. And then we also have Kansas City, which is also a great store, man. I'm jealous every time I'm out there helping that team out there, dude. Because I mean, if you haven't been in there, Taj Mahal, it's so clean, like barbecue, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it is a nice store. I've only been to the Kansas City store. I haven't had the opportunity yet to go out to Colorado, but I'm trying to take my kids skiing this winter. So Colorado, that could be a good trip. We'll see what we can do. Little Gringo, Adam, Little Gringo made a comment, the Battle of the Barbecue Stores. Well, if you remember, there was talks last year about there being a Battle of the Barbecue Stores with us, Proud Souls this, Proud Souls that, their teams.
What's coming?
They backed out. They saw that the Bad Rooster was there, and they're like, you know what? I don't want any of that. I don't want any of that Atlanta Barbecue Store teams. So no, I'm just kidding. I'm completely kidding with this.
Dude, you're 100% right, man. And Brian says he's joking. I've told Brian this. I said I don't want nothing to do with no Rooter and Tooter, no Bill Hine. I'm good, man. You know.
I mean,
Good time.
but you know
I don't even want that to do with Pigly Incorrect. You know. Wow, I mean,
you know what's so cool is the fact that Chris. Now we've had a conversation. We joke about it, right? We laugh about it all the time. It's like
it's a total joke. Trust me.
Yeah, I mean, it is like, dude, this is so much fun. And one of these days, I would love to do that. Get us, y'all, Superstore.
I would
whatever.
too, man.
Like, just get together and have some kind of thing together. That'd be so cool.
I agree. We should do that. And I mean, we could scheme that up. I mean, we could I think what would be so cool is just have a bunch of different content creators or just kind of how like they used to do it, in the barbecue league even, or I can even get the barbecue league out there. I mean, we can do whatever we wanted to. And I think, just having somebody MC and going through just kind of the banner back and forth. Levi, no faith in this, Chris.
I can't get Levi to come. I'm trying to get Levi to come. I can't get him to come.
So I will say this. I have some great teams, man. I have some really good teams.
You got great teams.
But I'll say a but. A lot of these guys, man, I might have a team that cooks 3 times a year. But you know what? They shop in my store. They go out. They might sell 6 outdoor kitchens to, their neighborhood that has, $10 million houses in there. And they're like, hey, if I close this outdoor kitchen, can I be a Proud Souls team? You're damn right you can.
That's right. I hear you, man.
But we have some. I tell you, we do have some really great teams, and especially in Kansas City, man. There was a lot of teams that I wasn't necessarily totally familiar with in Kansas City when I let Fergie kind of bring that crew on. Dude, those guys are cooking lights out there, man. But yeah, dude, I would love to do that. We'll talk in more. You have like 83 teams, though, man. I have like 13.
I think we have like 21 or 22. It's so awesome. Ellen and Golly, it's about that time of year. So this time of year for us at the Atlanta Barbecue Store is extremely busy, especially this year with the Royal being so late. So we got the Royal. 2 weeks later, we got our contest. And then right after that, we're right at it, getting ready for the class. I mean, it's one of those deals. Like it is a bam, 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 trying to get everything ready. But man, it's a lot of fun. And I'm telling you, Joel says the points chase between the stores. That would, that'd be kind of fun.
That's good, Joel. Yeah, I like that.
I mean, it would be the perfect place to make it happen is the KCBS Invitational 22 or the Atlanta Barbecue Store Classic / Proud Souls. I mean, like, hey, let's make it work. Let's do something.
Yep.
Barbecue Superstores, Proud Souls, and the Barbecue should all have representatives there. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Whoa. Easy now, little Gringo.
Gringo gonna get me jammed up over here. If I just disappear, my camera can stop. I literally went to jail.
I know, right? I mean, like the slogan is when you get the munchies, cook something, we go make it happen. I love it.
It's that finishing powder.
Whatever you want to call it, right?
Yeah.
Oh man. So, all right, what all do you have? All right, let's talk you as a cook team now. Let's get away from the store and everything else. What do you got going on as a cook team?
Man, I like I said, Brian, I really took it easy last year or this year. I've cooked 10 contests. I really didn't travel that far. I probably went 8 hours, north to south, east to west. But man, I don't have a lot going on, dude. I mean, my last contest I cooked outside of the Jack was in August. I sold my trailer because I was getting a new one. And they told me when I ordered it, they're like, yeah, it's like 4 to 6 weeks. I'm like, all right, cool. So then I get some stuff, move some money around, sell that one. And then I go to place order. They're like, oh, it's like 4 months. And I'm like, so I've been cooking with no trailer. Actually took my old trailer to the Jack that I borrowed from the guy that I sold it to. And then he did a bunch of weird stuff in there. But my last contest, I had 4 drums in a bed. My flew down there, hauled ass down there about 4 hours away, rattled off 3 first places in a tent, and beat the RGC by like, honestly, I'm not kidding. I think it was like 18 and a half points. So that was cool. So I still got it. But no joke, I think sometimes we all got trailers, right? I think sometimes, man, it's easier to cook out of a 10 by 10. I mean, I feel like you're more in tune with a cook. You're more aware of what's going on in your surroundings. I think you pay a little bit more attention, knowing that you don't have maybe that edge. And it really shows you how much stuff you don't need in that trailer. I mean, how many times you open up a cabinet looking for one thing? It's like you opened up your garage, I mean, it's like everything's right in front of you. But that's been fun, been challenging. So I will be cooking out of a 10 by 10 at the American Royal. So
10 by 10 underneath the pavilion that's 100 yards by 20 yards.
Pretty much. Yes, sir.
I like that.
Yes. But that'll be fun. And that's kind of been cool. And like I said, man, go down there, hit the American Royal. When I did reserve the American Royal Invitational in 2022 or 2022, I was under a 10 by 10 then. So feeling confident, man, kind of home field advantage. You know what I mean?
Adam, we got to bring it. We got to bring it, Adam.
That's why we got our tent going too.
Yes, sir.
You cooked under a tent, Brian.
See, well, as you're saying this, look at there. Jordan's on. What's up, my man?
Oh yeah, we already talked about you.
It's for me, I like to cook outside. Like I have an RV, but I do like to cook outside. So I have my 4 drums sitting out. I have a table out. I don't do a whole lot inside the RV. For most part, my kids are still sleeping, Ellen's still asleep or whatever, and I have to do everything outside. So I'm not saying we cook under a tent, but it is like we do a lot outside the outside. Adam can tell you, he's been with us before. It's like,
oh yeah,
I'm with you. I enjoy being outside. I do everything. I rub everything outside, do it all outside. And to me, it's kind of, I'm with you. It makes you think, it makes you stay focused.
Yeah. And somehow you're more or I feel like I'm more focused, but then I'm still more connected with people, I mean, I see people that maybe I wouldn't have seen, it's how many times have we been in a larger contest, maybe even a 30-team contest. I mean, even that, and you don't see a friend of yours until awards. I mean, it's like, and kind of getting back to, the roots, even if you go back and looking at King of the Smoker, how Sterling Ball used to do that contest there, man. I mean, that was what was so cool about it, was the fact that, it almost it forced you. No one was really an introvert. And if you were, you probably weren't going to get invited back.
Right.
Or it put somebody outside their comfort zone to where, they did have to go make that connection and friendship. How many of us are friends on Facebook, but actually we like and comment on everything, but no one actually ever talks to anybody. It's
right.
And that's kind of what we're here to do, especially at our level, when you do stand behind so many products and represent so many different brands across the board, whether it's your business, somebody else's, or if somebody just always wanted to meet you or looked up to you. I mean, I think we oftentimes forget that people are still in that phase in their journey, and then 20 years from now, it'll be them and we'll be long and forgotten. I mean,
right.
I mean, I think just kind of keeping those open lines of communication and just getting back to what it was all about this freaking year. And we should start that at BBQ, at the American Royal, and keep it going throughout the year.
Well, that's like for our contest. I mean, you've heard me talk about it. If you watch the show or you know anything about the Atlanta Barbecue Store Classic, for me, the biggest thing is Friday night, the potluck dinner, because if you can't, like, you got to do something to get out to where you see each other and hang out with each other and get to know each other. If not, if you're just sitting in an RV or you're just sitting in a trailer and you don't want to talk to anybody, I mean, it kind of does suck, you know? I mean, there's a lot of people that are terrified to go up and talk to somebody, like an Adam, right? Like an Adam and Tanya, right? Like a Bad Rooster. People might be intimidated by going to see them, but they're the nicest people in the world, but you don't know that until you get to go spend some time with them. So I think that's a big deal. I'm glad to hear you say that and push it too. And I mean, Adam, what do you think?
Yeah, I like doing that. I like the camaraderie is why I keep going, is like the barbecue family, I guess is what it's called. You know, that's what keeps taking me back every Friday and Saturday. That's why I go. I have more friends doing
I saw this shirt the other day, and just kind of making you guys know I was in the military for a long time, and saw this shirt and it said, "Join for the college money, stayed for the friends." You know what I'm saying? So I was like, there's a lot to be said about that, because I joined, before 9/11, before the war, and like that's what it was, And I didn't have a bunch of money. I grew up in Alabama, I mean, I freaking joined the military, boom, the war kicked off. I couldn't get enough, you know what I mean? And a lot of that was, man, I'm not going to be in there with you guys. And then you guys go and I not go. That's not how this works,
Right. Right. Yeah, that's right, Dean. Great. All right. So as I've said, Chris is he's got a little bit of everything when it comes to barbecue. So we've talked about him as a partier for the Royal, party planner for the Royal. He's got incredible stores. He's a great cook. But I think the thing that people that we haven't talked about a lot of and that we need to talk about is you as a product developer. You have a product out there, products out there. What all do you have as products that you want to?
Yeah. Yeah. Good question. Yeah. Thanks, Brian. Yeah. I do have one product, man. I really want this one to catch before, I don't want to be that guy, man, that takes up, 15 different spaces on your shelf. You know what I mean? And for the guys that can do that, man, you pump out great products. They're on my shelves. I mean, they're awesome. Man, I'm not that guy. I want to focus on stuff that I use. You know what I mean? I've been running, it's a brisket rub called Brawler. It's clean. It's got some good branding on there. I'll grab a bottle, but dude, it kind of hits all the notes. I mean, I have a lot of folks that I design it for brisket. I specifically run it on chicken, and you don't want to be man meat. Hey,
we all want to be Aaron Stoker.
We do want to be man meat, but Aaron, you need to reach out to my guy Pat about the other stuff we talked about. But I want to kind of do it more like
Let's hear it. Let's just go ahead and release that here. Chewin the BBQ Fat. You can say
it's not a secret. We're talking about some bottles.
We're
talking about some bottles.
Talk about it. Look at that.
I can say it. So Aaron's got some great glazes. They'll be coming to the market pretty soon. I've tasted them. I've used them. They are excellent. They have a cool name that I'll keep under the low. But he's got some great stuff that's coming out. He's got a couple that are not necessarily for comp barbecue, but they're just great at home glazes that are excellent. I've ran them on salmon. I'm a huge salmon guy. Tried on that, done it on almost like a teriyaki style chicken. You guys are going to go ape shit over these. So Aaron does a great job. We use the same co-packer. Whenever I design my seasoning, man, I'm not that guy, dude. I know what I use. I needed some help with it. I reached out to one of the greatest rub makers, in my opinion, Steph Franklin, owner of Simply Marvelous Barbecue. I mean, this guy, dude, his stuff, his branding, his labeling it needs some work. But what I will tell you, it's been the same the whole time. He puts all of his money, his R&D into the actual product. I think they're extremely balanced. He has access through the co-packer that Aaron and I use to some great stuff. So I sent him what I could make, and then I said, take it from there. And he was really helpful and kind of let me launch that. I do have a new seasoning that's in the still in the works. You'll see that early spring. I just want to continue to tinker with it and make it right. That way, I'm not going back and forth. I want you guys to get the best, and just like all of us that have our own product. So,
yeah.
But yes,
so
far so good.
I want to make the jump. I just haven't made the jump yet. Anyway, one day we'll decide to do that. But can't wait to see the glazes that Aaron's got. Aaron, man-made everything that dude comes out with
is awesome.
Yes, it's all good. It's amazing.
I'll test it if he'll send it to me.
I'll talk to the guy. I'll talk to my guy. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
But, and I think, and I'll put this to rest. A lot of people think, and we hear it all the time, it's a saturated market. It's a saturated market. Whatever, man. Dude, I'm not trying to retire 10 years early on a couple seasonings. Dude, it's something that I felt passionate about. I want to put my name on it, and I want to share it with you guys. Same with Aaron, same with all these other guys. And the cool stuff, and Brian will attest to you guys with this, is the fun part about having a barbecue store. And whenever one of my customers walks up to me and says, "What is your favorite? Yeah, what's your favorite blah?" Man, for me to be able to walk up and talk about, Aaron Stauffer, Sterling Ball, Sterling Smith, Steph Franklin, all my friends that have seasoning sauces, glazes, Ghost, his barbecue sauce, his seasoning, is just walk up and tell a story about a guy that I'm passionate about, that I believe in,
Right.
And people are like, they see a product on the shelf and they're like, "You know him?" I'm like, oh,
yeah,
we know each other, But that goes back to my point, how a lot of these home cooks, even young pit masters, young competition cooks, man, they look at us and they put us on this pedestal. So it's our job as ambassadors of the sport, of the industry, to give them that experience, right? And the same thing, Aaron, he came out to my store at Proud Souls in Littleton, dude, and me, him, Fergie, Blazing Star, a bunch of other great pit masters. We had a backyard rib contest, man. Not KCBS, but just my customers, not sanctioned. Dude, we raised like literally $30,000 for charity, to the American Cancer Society, donated all that. We probably had, Aaron, 1,000 people there that day. He was able to talk about his products, connect with them, and those relationships that he made there is sold more rub and sauce than he ever would have in my store had he not came, put him to the test, and told a story,
Right.
which is what it's all about at the end of the day.
100%.
Sorry, I get crazy about this
Oh,
stuff.
I love it, dude. I mean, if y'all can't understand why I love talking to Chris, this is it. This is what you get to see. I mean, this guy's awesome. He's incredible. He's passionate. We get to talk about stuff that we love to do, and it's a lot of fun. Does Chris know about the Let It Ride or All In, Brad? Do you have Let It Ride? Scott Adams?
I know what that is. No.
Nope. He doesn't know about it. He doesn't know about it. That's
I'm Googling it now.
Atlanta Barbecue Store has it. It's a good rub. Yeah. 2 good rubs. Scott Adams, Sauce Barbecue. He used to cook a lot back in the day. Great product and good stuff. Yeah.
And somebody asked me if I'm not drinking tonight, because usually I get a little wound up on these podcasts, right? And I do like I like a lot of stuff, but I do like a good tequila about this time of the night. No, because I'm drying out, because I'm going to the American Royal. And I know that's going to be, I'm going to get in on Tuesday. So I'll be in the store, guys. When you do come pick up your pre-sold meats or hang out, dude, I'll be in there Tuesday, Wednesday. Probably not Thursday, maybe a little bit. But dude, we have to save our organs. You know what I mean? It's going to be, and with it being Halloween weekend, it's going to be nasty.
It's going to be fun. Wednesday night for us is the night we go to the casino. So we do everything. Then Wednesday night we'll run up to the casino. Thursday is just crazy. Everybody knows Thursday. And then Friday is when it starts getting serious. It's going to be a lot of fun, man. I'm telling you what. Man, Adam, is there anything else you want to ask Chris? This is my co-host.
Yes, I'm naturally this attractive. I really am. It's weird.
I didn't know if it was going to be that real, but bring your rain gear. Oh, is it supposed to be raining this?
Yeah, Aaron, what are they saying, man?
26 bottles. I'm right across from Proud Souls in spot 380.
Oh,
all right, Ace.
And Ace Sutton. If you don't know Ace, hell of a dude. probably one of the best turkey cooks in the chat, if not the country. But dude, that guy, like you think like Shiggin and Grin, like, you know, they've got a booze collection. I'll put Ace up next to Jeff on most days. He is a connoisseur, hell of a guy. He's a Navy vet. But yeah, great guy. Drunken Sailor is his team name, and he is drunk, and he was a sailor. So lives up to the name. 2 to 4 inches of rain. Like,
You gonna have turkey at the Royal?
They already know that. They already know that a week and a half out. That's pretty impressive.
Thank you. Yes, I will have turkeys. They're sexy. They're big. Their breast, their skin on, air chilled, whole nine. Guys, you can pre-order that from the website too, or if not, stop in store.
So hey, Adam, we got one. We got them coming.
Yeah, you already got one. That's right.
Yeah, Adam's
Wednesday
cooking
through
with us.
Sunday. Shit. All right. So rain gear, apparently, according to the mayor of Kansas City, Aaron Stauffer. But yes, rain gear, galoshes, hunting boots, whatever you guys call them. I don't know.
Man, that's
but
good.
yes.
Awesome.
It'll be exciting, man. Mid-60s. All right.
Mid-60s, so we don't have to worry about snow.
That 10 by 10, man, I gotta figure something out.
Adam, he's talking about a 10 by 10, but yet he has a whole garage.
I do. It's 60 by 120.
I mean,
Yes.
It's like 100 by 40. You got it covered.
True. I got it, man. If not, I'll come cuddle up with you guys.
there you go.
But come by, see us. Like I said, proudsoulsbbq.com. Go to shop, drop down, American Royal pre-sale, anything, everything. We are stock. Let's move through all that product. I'd appreciate it. And stop by the liquor store. Come by, see us, man. We look forward to seeing everybody. Good luck for all the teams cooking at BBQ, man. This is going to be a fun weekend. I'm excited to watch that. More college football this weekend. This is the best time of the year, man.
All right, so who you got winning the whole thing? KCBS.
KCBS. Ooh, man. I'm going to go Janky.
All right.
Like I said, the dude runs BBQ. He is BBQ. Just like a lot of us run certain contests, there's some things that you shouldn't even show up if I'm there. Like Montana, don't go. You know, Utah, don't go. Arizona, don't go. Janky, don't go to BBQ. I mean, I'm just going to say it.
Right. Adam, who you got winning?
Anybody else, I think everybody is doing an outstanding job. Historically speaking, if I was to put this on FanDuel, I would take Janky minus probably 3.5.
Okay. What do you got, Adam?
It's going to be tight, I think, between Janky and Reuters. I think it's going to be one or the other.
So no love for my man Chunky, huh?
Chunky's a good cook too.
I gotta stir the pot a little bit, you know.
Yeah, I like Chunky too. He's a good
Look,
cook. I think
Rooters and Tutors is an ABS team. Jordan might as well be an ABS team. So we got to do that. Chunky's a great guy. He's doing well too. It could be any of them. I mean, I'll say the three of them. It's up in the air right now. What's so cool is seeing it all up in the air. And I, like you said, if you ain't watching it in the next 2 weeks, come on, dude. Get involved in KCBS and
right.
competition barbecue. Get involved.
So
more importantly, yeah.
I'm not gonna let you get off like that because I could have done the same thing you just did. So who's your pick, Lee Corso? Who you got? Put the hat on. Don't worry, I'll wait.
I'm with you. I think Paul and Lynn are going to pull it off. I think Rooters and Tutors are going to pull it off. I think
they're due one.
I think they're going to pull off a win. And you know what? I'm going to say this. It wouldn't surprise me if it doesn't come down to the Royal. As big as that is. I mean, Jordan won the Royal last year. I mean, you got all this stuff going on. There's so much going on. I don't know. I'm
going with Bad Rooster. Done. That's it.
Done. Me too. What am I talking about? All right. So who you got winning the national championship in college football?
No, don't do it. It's way too early for that, man.
It's never too early.
It is way too early.
So who you got then?
Man, Dude, there's so much football left. I mean, it hadn't even gotten serious yet. Let's make it through rivalry weekend and go from there.
I'm
But
Oregon. I'm going with Oregon.
I would not. I mean, they have the easiest path there. I mean, do you know who they play next weekend? Illinois. I mean, like, come on. I mean, in order to win, everything is going to go to the SEC as it should, right? I mean, they had 9 teams in the top 25, right? Bama's first multiple loss season since 2007.
With this whole thing. I mean, come on.
Just saying.
I knew Georgia was going to win the game. As soon as Alabama lost that game, Georgia had already won it. It was a done deal. They can't have two of them lose. They can't have two two losses.
You got to watch out for Tennessee, though.
Georgia's got.
Hey, how about the service academies, Army and Navy?
Army and Navy.
I mean,
who's going to get in? Who's going to be that guy? The number 5 or the whatever.
Right.
You got the 4 and then that extra one. Who's that going to be? That's going to be fun to watch. You got Notre Dame in there too, right? Like,
it'll be good, man.
I love this 12-team thing. I think it's great. It's going to be a lot of fun. I do think it's going to make it harder to win because you got to win 3 games or whatever it is. Go Navy. Ace said go Navy.
Yeah.
But it's going to be so fun. Chris, thank you so much for coming on the show tonight, man. This has been so much fun. I knew it was going to be fun. We've been talking about this. I thank you. I cannot wait to come out there and see you in a couple weeks or a week and a half or whatever. Maybe Aaron will be wrong, and we won't be in 2 to 4 inches of rain.
He rarely is, man. But I hope he is too. And don't forget, one last plug, ProuseHillsBBQ.com. Go to shop online. Pre-orders are stopping tomorrow night at midnight, so get them in now. If you're an ABS team, hit up my man Brian Jarvis. He probably has a nice coupon code for you. But yeah, man, we appreciate it. We're looking to forward to seeing everybody at the American Royal. Good luck, everybody, next weekend, and let's have a hell of a year.
Sounds great. Everybody, hope you have a wonderful night, and see you next week on Chewin the BBQ Fat. Have a good one, everybody.